Welcome, fellow LEG members, to another episode of LEG TV. It's week 2, so you know what that means. It's overreaction week. That's right. We had some winners. We had some losers. A lot of injuries. A lot of great picks. A lot of not so great picks. In that very first week, things are kind of coming to light. But we are just getting started. There's so much to cover, and we're just going to skip the Around the League segment, even though I wanted to talk about Antonio Brown and his rape allegations. Plenty of rape jokes there, right? I mean, that's easy. But let's go. Before we get to the matchups, I want to preview the matchups because there's some crucial ones with the injuries popping up. We have a very special LEG flashback. That's right. Every episode we are looking back at former shows in the past. This is now the show hasn't been around 10 years. The league has, but we're looking back fondly on the good times of LEG TV. And this was the season of 2013, most known for the James Yarnelle Gin and Tonic in Bed episode. So we're going to look at some highlights from that season, and also, even more special, I found James Yarnelle. I flew out to San Antonio. Somebody said he was at a hotel. I got the manager's key and was able to sneak into his room. You do not want to miss this. So let's take a look back at the 2013 LEG TV season.
I think Pat is going to get killed in this one.
That's all there is to it.
Mo money, mo problems.
Mo money for me.
That's right, that's right.
Bragging about his team, Jason Servo said, "I've got more firepower on my team than George Zimmerman."
If injuries didn't exist and everybody, if football was played by gods of Olympus that could not feel pain or injury.
Oh yeah.
Nesson, you penguin-looking sumbitch. Real stressed, done with it all, may kill myself. Eric's wife and kids and 1,232,890 people like this. Apparently that's dark.
In the league, next in bottom, right below him is Drew Brees. This just in, breaking news here for LEG TV. People who write books about Woody Hayes give...
Look at him. Looks like McLovin with Down syndrome. Oh, look at me. I can read. I'm so special. Man, I shouldn't have taken that Vicodin. Well, at least James is having a good time.
Can't wait for Halloween. Time to creep on some kids. Hashtag I diddle kids. Hey, Sprinkles, who's gonna win?
Sprinkles.
First off, draft like somebody like Hercules, and maybe Poseidon. Although football's not really played in water.
Outside of James's door, the door is locked. However, I guess he's trying to. Oh, okay. Yes. We do have feed, and yes, he is jimmying the lock in the front door. Well, we don't have to pay for that. Okay. Well, and now we are in James Yarnelle's house.
Yes. I didn't know they had a cat, but apparently they do. They do like strays. Everyone knows James really loves strays. And he's also a cat person. All right, let's see. We are in a hallway. Oh, here's a light switch. All right. Eureka, we have light. Hey, it's James Yarnelle. James Yarnelle, owner of Woolly Mammoth. James, can you hear us?
Who is this?
James, it's the commissioner of the LEG, JD Break.
Oh, what up, JD?
You seem a little, oh, what do you have here? You seem a little flustered there. Did that question catch you off guard?
Yeah, that, and you barging in here at 3 o'clock in the morning asking me about my draft. Yeah, I'm, a little lethargic, excuse me.
So, anyways, James, you're predicted to beat the Bacon Nazis this week. What do you think?
Oh yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're really gonna focus on running the football and passing it as well. Basically, what it kind of comes down to is trying to get the most positive yardage possible.
All right, hurry, the cops. The cops are coming, hurry.
This one here. My turn. Oh, gin and tonic, of course. What the? What? James!
What the fuck?
James, what's going on?
What the hell? What are you doing here?
Hey, it's a special 10-year anniversary for the league.
Yeah. I'm shocked.
I found you in San Antonio. I hunted you down.
All the way here?
All the way here. Hey, I wanted to talk about we're celebrating 10 years of the LEG.
Oh, Jesus.
And today's flashback is that time where we broke in on you and started an interview.
Yeah, that was terrible.
So what's changed since then?
I'm no longer playing fantasy football. I'm drinking more. And burping the worm, if you know what I mean.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
When I accidentally walked in. You were extremely focused. You didn't stop, even though I clearly opened the door and turned on the light.
Well, anything goes. This is 2019. What are you going to do?
So, James, what do you remember most fondly about that crucial moment in LEG TV history?
I don't remember much of anything, man. What moment of LEG TV history?
Okay, let's move on. What do you miss most about fantasy football with the league?
Joe's kind of cool. Kind of miss talking to that guy. That's about it.
Anything you want to say to the current members who miss James Yarnelle in the LEG?
No, those guys are fuckers. Dude, can I get back to burping the worm, please?
Yes, sir. All right, that was
tired. I'm retired. I'm retired.
Oh, fond memories there, and some things never change. Burping the worm. So bad. Okay, well, enough of that. Let's get to the matchups. We got some exciting matchups, some crucial games that we got some teams that cannot afford to start 0-2 with some mounting injuries in the bye weeks coming up in week 4. Let's start with yours truly, the Commish, who had a hot start last game, and he's taking on John Dahlgren. Now, Dahlgren is projected to lose this game. However, based on the gaping hole in the running back slot, thanks to Darius Geispe getting injured, I'm taking Dahlgren in this one, and here's why. His keys to victory against JD all rely on Le'Veon Bell. Is he going to be healthy? He's got an MRI on his shoulder. He may not be able to go. I do like Deshaun Watson also this week. He had a great game on Monday night in the loss. He put up some big points there for Dogs. And how big of an impact will Sammy Watkins have while Tyreek Hill's out for 4 to 6 weeks? But my key to victory for Dahlgren, I'm looking at Darren Waller, the tight end for the Oakland Raiders. That's right. He looks to put up some big points. I think he's going to have a really good game against the Kansas City Chiefs in a shootout. That's right, the Raiders in a shootout with the Chiefs. Now let's look over at my squad. It all comes down to the receivers again. Juju and ODB. Now ODB's kind of messing with this whole watch issue. Not sure what's going on there. Being fined. Why would you wear a watch on field? He needs to produce in order to pull off the victory. The keys to victory for me is definitely Juju Smith-Schuster. How well will he perform? And also, can Josh Jacobs put up another monster game for a party like a Gronk star and carry that gaping hole at running back? I'm starting Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert? Is that? Yeah, that's a name. So, unfortunately, I'm picking Dahlgren this week to win in a close one again. I do like a very close matchup here depending on the players, but I'm looking Dahlgren to win 179-175. Let's go to another matchup here. We see the Dak Street Boys with an impressive start. I'm telling you, do not sleep on Austin. He is the Hoffa winner from last season, but I guarantee you he is going to have a great season this year. He is taking on Mick Barton. Oof, Mickey, 82 points in the first week, buddy. That was rough. I will check the LAG history books. I'm pretty sure that was the lowest output ever in a week 1 game. Not looking good for Mickey, and definitely not looking good on his roster. He's still going to start Kyler Murray. What are you thinking here? Is it that bad that you got to go with Kyler Murray? He looked terrible. Now, granted, he did lead the Cardinals back to tie the game at the end, but boy, he just looked really inaccurate. My keys to Mick, if he actually can win this game, I don't think he will. How healthy is Todd Gurley? Well, he looked pretty healthy, but Malcolm Brown kept taking all the goal line rushes. But I think Todd Gurley's going to come back to his normal form, and it's still not going to be enough because Dak, Prescott, Michael Gallup, and Ezekiel Elliott, that's right, Mr. Homer himself, Austin Stoll, 3 Cowboys. He's relying on all 3 of those guys to produce, and those are my keys to his win, other than Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry's going to have another good game against the Colts. Austin Eckler ran all over him, why not? But my keys to victory, how well will those Cowboys players all play on Sunday against the Redskins? We will see, but I think Austin's going to take this one in a blowout. That's right, Mickey. I don't think you're going to score 130 points this week. I am taking Austin 166-129 over Mick Barton and Sexual Thielen. All right, the next matchup we're looking at, I'm looking at Joe Murdoch. Very impressive outing in Week 1. He is taking on another Week 1 winner, Dave McCready, who overcame Alan Nesson in hospital trash can. And sorry, Dave, for rousing you a little bit too much last week. We love you, sweetheart. That's for you. So Joe and Dave McCready are taking on each other this week. And Yahoo's got a pretty big blowout in the brewing, according to the projections. And here's why I think it's going to be pretty true. Let's look at Dave McCready. Let's look at his team first. His entire team rests on the shoulders of Christian McCaffrey, as does the entire Carolina Panthers offense. Now, he got a pretty decent amount of points from him on the Thursday night game. It is not going to be enough, Mr. McCready, and here's why. Joe, on the other side, it's all about TJ Hawkinson out of nowhere. I mean, granted, we didn't know he would get involved this early. We knew he'd be good. But holy cow, TJ Hawkinson for Iowa Hawkeye, that's got to sting. I think this is going to be Joe's key to victory, even though he really doesn't need a big outing. McCready does have Greg Kittle to balance that out, but still, I like Hawkinson this week as a great play, and then you partner that up with another Christian McCaffrey-esque running back, Saquon Barkley. Joe has the best running back in the league, if not second best running back in the league. These are definitely the best in the league, McCaffrey and Saquon. So I look for Saquon to also kind of cancel out McCaffrey's output on Thursday Night Football. But this one is going to Joe this week. I think he's going to win big, 182-145. Let's go to my game of the week. This is 2 former champions, the back-to-back champ Abalash Reddy facing Dan Nickel, both in the losing column in Week 1. They take on each other, send one of them to 0-2, which could be pretty not fun hole to dig out of early in the season before the bye weeks happen. Now, this is a pretty even matchup. I think I'm going to tilt this, though, towards Dan, and here's why. Let's check out some of his players. And the keys to victory for Dan, Aaron Rodgers needs to produce. He has to put up points against the Vikings. I know the Vikings defense is also good. We just saw how Aaron Rodgers did against the Bears, put up a very minuscule amount of points. But Aaron Rodgers needs to produce. And also, I'm looking at Kerryon Johnson for the Detroit Lions. They're taking on the Chargers. That Chargers defense gave up a lot of yards to Marlon Mack on the Colts. I think Kerryon Johnson's going to have a breakout game. That's how Dan's going to win this one. Now, let's go over to Abby's roster. At the quarterback slot, I think it comes down to how effective will Russell Wilson be. The QBs are huge in this one. He's taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Russell Wilson, he is projected to score around 25 points. I think he's going to have a big game against the Steelers and at least get 30 points. His key there, Russell Wilson needs to produce for Abby to win this one. And then also tight end Travis Kelce. Now Patrick Mahomes a little banged up in the ankle there, but now that Tyreek Hill's gone, that's just more targets for already the second most targeted, actually the most targeted person on the team there. Not Greg Kittle, Travis Kelce. I think Kelce's going to be dancing a lot this season and this game for Abalash, but it's not going to be enough. I'm taking Dan to edge out Abalash ready in this one, barely beating the champ, 172 to 170. All right, second to last matchup here, Jason Servos, who has taken a commanding lead early of the LEG with a huge outburst, thanks in part to Lamar Jackson. He is taking on Nick Shook, and boy, it just not looking good for old Shooky boy. He just lost his starting tight end, Hunter Henry. Who knows how long he'll be out? At least 8 weeks, going on injured reserve. It is not intentional. First down syndrome versus Sons of Shane Falco. This is also going to be another blowout. Sorry, Nick. I just don't see it happening. Now, here's your keys to victory here. You need Baker Mayfield to produce. Can Baker Mayfield overcome that big stinker he had in that first week? He's taking on the Jets. The Jets are also hobbled, and they have mono, apparently, going on there. Baker Mayfield needs to have a good game and at least score 35 points. He has to have a huge game for you to win, Nick. And also, I'm looking at T.Y. Hilton. Can he have another big game like he did last week? Those are Nick's keys to victory. However, let's go over to Jason Servo's first down syndrome, and it is all about Lamar Jackson right now. This is hot in the street. Lamar throwing darts like lambda, lambda, lambda. You know what I'm saying? He's got that swagger now. He's hitting people's deep balls. He only threw the ball like 20 times and almost had 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. I look at Lamar Jackson against the poor Arizona Cardinals there, and also David Johnson. Speaking of Cardinals, David Johnson, I think he's also going to have a big game, but he's going to be behind a lot in this game and probably get a lot of balls out of the backfield in the passing game. It doesn't matter. This is going to be a blowout. I am taking Servos to take a commanding lead and have another huge output. The matchups are favorable all across the board for him. I'm looking at Servos to almost put 200 points again back-to-back weeks. I'm looking at you, Servos, 200 to 160 for Nick Shook. All right, in the final matchup, man, Servos has Marlon Mack in the flex. Whew, he's a scary point. Anyways, here's the final matchup. Hospital Trash Can versus David Plow's Make America Great Again in my Stud World Game of the Week. That's right, we're looking at two teams that probably aren't going to have a very good week, especially Alan Nesson. Boy, did Montgomery not produce for you, young man, on the Thursday night game. I'm looking for Montgomery, though, to have another bad game. Sorry, Alan. But your keys to victory here for the win is going to be centered around the quarterback play. Jared Goff, will he have a breakout game? He had an okay output last week, but Jared Goff needs to have that 35 to 40 point outburst for Alan Nesson to even have a chance. And that's probably not going to happen this week because he's taking on David Plow, and it's all about Patrick Mahomes and Alvin Kamara. Patrick Mahomes did come up lame. He was limping a little bit. How much is that going to affect him in week 2, especially with Tyreek Hill being out for the next 6 to 8 weeks? I don't think it's going to matter. I still think he's going to put up 30-some points. It won't be his best game, but it'll be pretty average for him to get 30 points every game. And also, let's look at Alvin Kamara. Huge PPR machine there, too. It's going to keep going. He had a pretty good game against Houston. Not enough, though, buddy. And he's going to have a great game, and it's going to lead him to victory this week and drop Alan Nesson to 0-2 down there with Mickey Boy to start him off early in Hoffa territory. So I'm taking Dave Plow to win this one, 169 to 162, in a rather minuscule middle scoring game. All right. Well, that's the roundup we have for this week's matchup. Stay tuned. We're hopefully going to have a week 3. If not, definitely we'll have week 4. We'll be on the road in Sarasota, Florida. That's right. I'm going down to Sarasota, Florida to get some insight on the Dolphins' abysmal start and fantasy impact, so stay tuned for that. But thank you for watching this week's episode. Good luck to everybody playing this week. Don't forget to start your lineups. We'll see you next time.